Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion leaves a trail.
Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. So today I'm opening up the Grand Inquisitor from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. I really enjoy, I enjoy most things related to Star Wars, apart from Caravan of Courage, because that is a load of rubbish. But Obi-Wan Kenobi series, I loved it. Some things were a bit, didn't kind of fit into the old canon, but apart from that, loved seeing Ewan McGregor. It was just a brilliant series. The lightsaber duel with Darth Vader. It was brilliant, but I would have liked to have seen it on a larger kind of movie scale. I think it deserves to be on a movie scale. It's a shame they didn't make an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. I think it would have been better. Similar to the idea that they were going to do a Boba Fett movie as well, and it all got kind of, you know what these things are like. But anyway, this is the Grand Inquisitor. Picked him up, Great Yarmouth. Was it Great? Yeah, Great Yarmouth. Laming Great Yarmouth. I think it was it Laming? Or was it Lower? I think it was Lowestoft actually. £9. Let your eyes be a guide. I really like the Inquisitor, as you can tell by the he's a TIE. Is it a TIE Interceptor? It's a prototype. I can't remember. Is it a TIE Interceptor prototype? I don't know. From Star Wars Rebels, plus the Star Wars Rebels and Retro Collection version over there. I really like him. I've got him in the Black Series as well. I haven't opened him yet, I don't think. But it's a really good figure. And £16.99. This is what the figures are going for these days. I don't think it's worth it. And also, if you buy a few of these, I'm not going to have to cash the splash on anything else. So £9 I thought was a really, really good deal. And I knew I had to have him. But I wasn't. The reason I didn't order him when I did that massive delivery from Game was because I was concerned that after my last purchase from Game last year, that there'd be a lot of casualties. And it turned out the only casualty I had, I think, was Fennec Shand, I think. But both cards got damaged. Only a little bit. But surprisingly, everything from Lame, apart from Fennec, was perfect. So this is the one that I bought to open. This is the one from Lame. So I just bought one, and it was perfect. I wanted to actually get one to kind of open and one to display. So I thought I'd open up the one with the stickers on, but they're both in really good condition. There's a little bit of creasing on this one, but also on this one from my Lane delivery, it's you can see the kind of indentation from the other figure, but that's an issue with the box, the kind of the boxes they come in. It's got nothing to do with the actual card backs themselves. So £9. Looking forward to opening this one up and comparing him to the originals. Well, the original Star Wars Rebels figure, but the card on this, perfect. The actual thickness, really, really. Hasbro have come a long way, but it's sad that they had to come a long way. You'd think they would know how to actually present a Star Wars figure in a vintage packet. It's not rocket science, but let's have a look. I do like to see what is available out there. So we've got Grand Admiral Thrawn. So I love. So he's not that figure's not from. Oh, is he? Yeah, he's from Ahsoka. That one. Big fan of the Ahsoka series. I thought it was great. So I want him, but he's going for full price at the moment, £16.99. Morgan Elsbeth, a decent figure in both the Retro Collection and the Vintage Collection. So I've got her. I picked her up in. Where was I? I think Great Yarmouth. I think my final day in Great Yarmouth, £9. Grand Inquisitor that we're going to look at today. Ahsoka, I've got so many Ahsokas, I'm not really fussed. The Moth, I've got him. I think I ordered him from Lame. Luke, Jedi Academy. I bought him from Amazon, I think. Perfect condition. Boba Fett. It's a good figure. Not that... I love him in the retro collection. Not that fussed. I don't know why. I'm not that fussed in the vintage collection. If he was a good price, I'd probably pick him up. I'm not that bothered about him. I've got him in the black series. And then the HK-87 Assassin Droid. Absolutely fantastic figure. And I've seen that they've got... because he's like the leader, isn't he? The red one's the leader with his black hole vibes. And I think the actual kind of foot soldiers or drones or whatever you want to call them, they're the kind of ones with they're in kind of burgundy and grey and cream. They're kind of, yeah, they're like the foot soldiers. So I can see that it's available for pre-order. You can now buy the actual... the soldier version, you know, the same as the retro collection. But I was having a look at it, and it comes with the kind of, you know, the spear, but it doesn't seem to come with a gun. Which maybe I've just not looked at the picture properly or the bubble. But I kind of think that's a bit bad because the gun fits on its back. So why wouldn't you have a gun? I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong about that, but I really fancy ordering that, even if I've got to pay full price. But yeah, so I think it looks really, really good. It's got a lovely face sculpt there. I think the card looks good because obviously they've used the same image as the vintage collection. So this vintage collection, well, this retro, I meant the retro collection. This retro version I picked up from Tesco's for free because my car insurance company gave me a £5 Tesco voucher, so I'll have another Star Wars figure. Yes, please, thank you. But yeah, I think it's a decent sculpt. So I'm going to get it open. There's only one way to open these action figures, and it's like it was Christmas 1984. So let's do this. So there he is in the bubble tray. Yeah, he looks mean. He looks really mean, and he comes with his lightsaber and also a spare hilt, which I believe goes on his back. So I'm going to get him out of the packet. We'll have a look at the figure. We'll have a look at his accessories, and then we'll compare him to the originals, which are just behind him, in front of the TIE Fighter. So let's check out this bad boy. So I think the face sculpt looks really, really good. I think they've done a really, really nice job on him. He's got lovely cloth goods there. It's a nice cape, cut really well. Also, as I mentioned earlier, you can see the two little holes, so you can fit that lightsaber hilt on his back, which I think that's a nice touch. I think you can do that with Reva as well. Oh, by the way, if you could do me a favour while I'm looking at this, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel and also hitting that like button, it lets me know you care. You'd just be doing me a really, really big favour, and I'd really appreciate it. But back to the figure. If you have a look at his armour, that's a nice sheen on his armour. I like that. Nice paint applications on his belt as well. Reminds me of like Moff Gideon, but also Darth Vader as well. It's got nice articulation. You don't feel you're going to break the figure's arms off in your hand, because I've had that on some Star Wars figures. I just don't want to risk it. they're so delicate. But this one's proper heavy duty. It's got a nice weight to him. Nothing like Big Chris from the Book of Boba Fett, but he's got a nice weight to him. Nice joints. Oh, and I've just noticed that. So the cape is kind of a burgundy or brown inside and black on the outside. I like that. I think that's a nice touch. So overall, I think he's a great looking figure. I'm not disappointed at all. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look at his lightsaber, which I imagine is exactly the same as Reva's. And also I'm going to put his lightsaber hilt on his back. So I'm going to do that now. Right, so here's the Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber. See if I can get it into focus. So there it is. Very detailed. Obviously it's delicate because it's a lightsaber, but it's a nice structured piece of plastic. You know, you've got to be careful with it, but it's nice and straight. It's so hard to get it into focus. But yes, it's the sculpt on the hilt is nice. Slightly different on the back, you know, where the handle is. And then you've got the hilt that it's got the two little pegs. I no longer call them nipples, they're two little pegs, just so you can put it on the Grand Inquisitor's back, which I think is a nice touch. But just to compare it, so this is the Grand Inquisitor from Star Wars Rebels. Get into focus. So he lives in the TIE Fighter. Obviously his lightsaber doesn't fit in there, so I put it somewhere safe. I couldn't find it for the video. So he's holding Reva's lightsaber at the moment. So I thought it'd be useful just to compare Reva's lightsaber to the Grand Inquisitor's. I don't know if you can see that. So Reva's one does look a little bit, it's only slightly bigger. But again, very detailed. Yeah, they're the same size as well. Do you know what? They're probably exactly the same, I think. And I think, yeah, Reva's still available. I saw in Lakeside, still available in The Entertainer, £4. Doesn't matter what you say about the actual character. I don't think she was a great character in Star Wars, in Obi-Wan Kenobi, but she's a good figure. Great sculpt on there. Definitely worth picking up for £4. But yeah, so they are slightly different. But unbelievable that Hasbro thought Reva's double-ended lightsaber would be a HasLab, and people would actually, I don't know. That's when you kind of think, do Hasbro really know what they're doing? But, you know, it is what it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up the Grand Inquisitor. Let's have another look at the original Star Wars Rebels one. I'm going to set him up with his lightsaber. And then we'll have a proper look. So here we have each of the Grand Inquisitor figures from the 3.75 range. I think they're all great. I loved Star Wars Rebels. I really enjoyed it back in the day. I loved the vehicles, I loved the characters. I thought it was great. So I was really excited when I first saw the trailer for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, I thought it was decent. I'd like them to bring back Obi-Wan for a second series or a movie, because I want to see Force Ghost Qui-Gon Jinn. I want to see more of Qui-Gon Jinn in Star Wars. Why not? You know, people grew up with Yoda. I like Yoda. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Yoda turned up at the end of the Acolyte, didn't he? And they're not going to be making a series 2 of that. But I really rate the Grand Inquisitor. I think it's a great figure. He really looks good with all these accessories. I mean, look at that. So I know you're not really supposed to have them, you know, have the hilt on his back at the same time that he's holding it, but this is just for review purposes. But look at that, it's a great figure. 10 out of 10 any day of the week. But I said the same about the Retro Collection version. I love it. But I did mention a few videos back that I'm not, in relation to the Retro Collection, I'm not entirely satisfied with the double-ended lightsabers. I just, you know, it's similar to Darth Maul's one. I just think a little bit more thought should have gone into it. They look a little bit 70s, whereas I want them to be a bit more 80s. Because in the 80s, the accessories were just getting a little bit more detailed, a little bit more better. And that's just my opinion. I mean, he still looks great, but I just think that the double-ended lightsaber lets it down. Whereas the normal standard lightsabers that came, you know, Empire Strikes Back onwards, I think they're great. I think they're perfect. So much so that I love the dark saber, you know, just being a grey bit of plastic. I think it's perfect. But these are great figures. I mean, 10 out of 10 any day of the week. I love, and the vinyl cape. Obviously, it's different than Darth Vader's because it's got it's cut differently, but really suits the figure. I think that was a good one to stick a vinyl cape on. And then, of course, the old Star Wars Rebels, made to look like the cartoon character, you know, rather than, you know, you can tell it's a cartoon character rather than a real, you know, real figure. But I love it because that's exactly what he looks like in the cartoon. And they did so many of these, like big action figures, and there's a massive action figure you can get. And he's in my garage at the moment. Yeah, I love the Grand Inquisitor. But yeah, 10 out of 10 any day of the week. Really, really happy with it. Still available at Lame. I think you can still get this on the website. And I'm sure you'll be able to find it in the store. But £9, not a bad price for a Vintage Collection action figure. But that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. It also helps the channel. I love the way that the cape has got a different colour inside. And I'll see you in the next one.